This is an image of Khalif Browder.
Sarah Levy took up drawing and painting just 2 years ago as a way to cope with her mother's sudden death. Since then, she's completed dozens of portraits of political and historical figures.
That far one is a guy named Sharafuddin, who is from Afghanistan.
As impressive as these are, none of Levy's portraits have garnered the attention this one has. You're looking at a painting of presidential candidate Donald Trump. Levy used her own menstrual blood to create this. She got the idea after hearing Trump criticize Fox News anchor Megyn Kelly's line of questioning in last month's debate.
I'd heard of his comment to Megyn Kelly and was outraged.
Outraged is how a lot of you are feeling. You have been lighting up our KGW Facebook page. More than 2,700 comments in just 2 hours. Safe to say, an overwhelming majority of you are disgusted by our coverage and disgusted by the painting. But Levy says you shouldn't be.
To me, what's gross is what Trump has been saying about Mexicans and about immigrants, and even the fact that he had the gall to insult Megyn Kelly's intelligence through just saying that she was on her period. And so I think that that's what people should be outraged by, not a painting of him that a random Portlander did with her menstrual blood.
Levy plans to auction off the portrait and give the proceeds to an immigrants' rights organization. As she puts it, they too have been targeted by Trump.
Everything he's saying is what people should be being offended by, not this.
I'm a feminist because I believe in equality for men and for women and men, and for all genders.
So women and men?
No, all genders.
No, so women and men.
There's women.
There are two genders biologically. I'm sorry.
There isn't. There's you're not now you're totally excluding transgender, non-binary, gender fluid people, and yeah, these.
I mean, you can live in your unicorn world.
I'm going to assume that you're a cisgender straight woman because you obviously
that's really true.
and that you probably haven't ever been raped. Either.
I actually identify as an
like,
attack helicopter, so it's really offensive.
You sound like you're speaking from a very privileged point of view here.
Very privileged.
Yes.
I would like you to use my pronouns if you could. They're I, me, and my.
So now you're mocking the LGBTQ community now.
I have lots of LGBTQ friends, and they don't get professionally offended at everything.
Just because you have LGBTQ friends doesn't mean that you're not homophobic or biphobic or transphobic. That's like me saying, oh, I have black friends, so I'm not racist.
My LGBTQ friends are usually male and female and not some unicorn gender that's been made up.
That's so hateful. You're just like erasing, yeah.
Construct. Gender is a social construct, right? And I don't have boobs. That's just a social construct. Oh, and penises don't exist, right?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
There's male and there's female. There are two biological genders. Science exists. I'm sorry to tell you all that science exists, but it does. There is biology, there is science. I mean, you can live in your magical, made-up world with trigger warnings.
Friends, hear you talking right now because
they'll come out of the woodworks and defend me, guaranteed. Because I've got lots of friends.
That's great. And you know what? I'm finding a lot of what you're saying extremely offensive.
That's great.
And I'm sure that I know a lot of people.
Loud. And I mean, science probably disagrees with you.
Validate those people's experiences, like transgender people. That's so important to their lives and their identity and their happiness and their well-being and their health. How can you deny the existence of these people's identities and their need to have that well-being?
They can do whatever they want. That doesn't mean science or myself have to agree with you believing you are a gender, or you believing you're a demigirl or some non-existent gender that's been made up.
It's non-existent. It's incredibly important to them.
You know what else is important? Science, facts, and biology. Those are also very important to the advancement of the human race, to treating people's diseases, to reproduction.
You can utilize your menstrual blood in your sacred rituals out there in nature. When you pour out your blood on Mother Earth, on the ground of Mother Earth knows that the Mother Goddess, the Goddess that is the prime creator, is wakening up, that she is like bursting through, she is wakening up, the Divine Feminine is waking up. And so Mother Earth knows that then, and she's like, wow, cool. And she also feels how you honor her, and it will help you also to deepen that connection you have with Mother Earth, or to build on that beautiful relationship you might have with Mother Earth, that you share your blood with her, and Mother Earth feels that and she recognizes it, and is empowering to her too, and empowering you as well. So how can you collect your blood? How can you do that? Well, if you use a tampon and it gets really filled, you can just pretty much squeeze the blood out in a jar. Or you can, if you use pads, you can just dry the pad with your blood. Just take, don't let it soak all through, but just like bleed a little bit on the pad and let it dry, and then you can kind of cut it out, and you can make an infusion in a glass jar with water, and you put that piece of pad with the blood in the jar with the water, let it sit for a bit, for a few hours, and then the water will get infused by your blood, and you can use that blood to get out there in Mother Nature on your favorite forest walk. And if you have your altars out there, you have your sacred spots, you can bless them by pouring out that water infused, that blood infused water, and you can make a beautiful ritual out of that. I have done that a few times, and it is like super powerful. When I've done it, I feel like I get kapow, such power flowing over me that is just so overwhelming that it brings me to tears of just thankfulness to Mother Earth, and makes me feel very humble.
This is about Yabina, a Chilean artist who has created a project by saving 5 years worth of sanitary rags in her cushion. Now, Yabina does have an allergy to, disposable sanitary napkins, so she uses these rags. And she's been saving them for 5 years, thinking that I can probably find something to do with this. Now, she is an aspiring artist and has created an exhibit of 5 years of soiled sanitary rags that have been displayed in an art gallery. Now, she has used disinfectant so it doesn't smell. But the interesting thing about this story is that people try to go up and sniff the sanitary rags. I don't know what's worse, the fact that there's sanitary rags in an art gallery or that people are sniffing them.